Don't forget to like, follow, subscribe, and turn on notifications so that you will receive alerts when there are new episodes. Go get it.
That's what I tell 'em. I've been grinding for so long, I wake up and chase my goals. I go out and I go get it. Hot or cold, that's all I know. I don't succeed, then I don't breathe. Success, what does it mean? If I conquer all my goals, then I'm living out my dream. Dig deep, go out and get it. Success Chronicles, compete until it's finished. Success Chronicles, go take care of your business. Success Chronicles, it's deeper than just winning. Success Chronicles.
Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Chip Baker coming to you with the topic session of the Success Chronicles. And today we have Britni Coselli with us, a great lady that has had an illustrious career in sports. I was holding that for you. I was waiting sure I hit you with that one. Right.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, illustrious career in sports. But that's going to be our topic today, sports and life. But on a serious note, she has been involved with sports for a long time. Yeah, for a long time. Multiple sports. From a player perspective as well as the coach's perspective. And so, we have lots in common as far as our love for the sport and what it's taught us and the things that we've learned from it. And a whole lot. And so we just want to just kind of talk about, sports and life. And so first, I want to say thanks for taking the time, but then let's dive into it. What's your thoughts on sports and life?
It's the same thing.
Yeah.
I don't know where I would be without sports for sure. And I honestly don't remember a time that I wasn't doing sports. I mean, there's video of me like shooting a basketball at the age of 3. And like, even when, in the house, when you're like learning to walk, my parents had gotten me a little basketball goal. Like, my brother taught me everything. I've been doing anything sports related since I could walk. So, I don't remember a time without it. So it pretty much has been my life.
Well, let's kind of like I know the path, but if you don't mind, kind of like I know some of the things, but they don't know. So if you don't mind, just kind of talk about like some of the things you were involved in young, junior high, high school, and college.
Gotcha.
And then a little bit on your coaching side as well.
I started off playing with my older brother, but at the age of like 4, I think I started playing t-ball and basketball, and played with the boys for pretty much everything as I was growing up when I was really little. Some things I kind of did both a girls team and a boys team.
Mm-hmm.
I did anything from basketball, soccer, roller hockey. That was fun. Volleyball, track, everything in between. I really wanted to play football, but I didn't go that route.
And I have no doubt that you couldn't have either. So
at one point, it was when I was really little, and I wanted to play, and my dad said that whoever was running it said that I couldn't because I was a girl and didn't want me to get hurt. And I said, but I could play flag football. And I remember this like yesterday. He was in the kitchen, and I told him with a straight face that I wanted to hit somebody, so I didn't want to play. So
that's what I'm talking about.
So played everything I could in junior high and high school. I did volleyball, basketball, soccer, and track, and then went on to play both soccer and basketball in college before kind of honing in on just basketball. And now coaching basketball. I've coached basketball, track, soccer, and volleyball.
Awesome.
So kind of mixed it up.
Right, and that's
I love the variety.
Yeah, and that's what I wanted. I wanted the audience to have an idea, of why you were picked to talk sports in life, because like sports has been, like you said, it's really been your life. And, and that's what I wanted to make sure I hit on. Like, again, let's talk about some things that you've learned. What are some of the things that you've learned from sports that you've been able to take into your life to help you be successful?
One, I think, is adapting. Like I said, I played a lot of different sports. So let's just even focusing on, let's see, in high school, going from volleyball to basketball to soccer to track. The cultures were all so different. And just like the mindsets and the attitudes and just everything about the different sports, there was just different mindsets. And I mean, the games were played differently. So you kind of had to adapt to the different type of personalities on the team. And I think adapting was huge, because again, just like in life, you have to adapt to a lot of different situations, a lot of different people. Just the team aspect of, there's been plenty of times where there were teammates I couldn't get along with. Like, I really, really struggled with a certain person or whatever. And I mean, it took a lot of like adapting and learning and being guided sometimes by my coaches to figure out the best way to handle certain situations. And again, you're working for a common goal. So whether y'all are getting along or not, or you're having a bad day or not, you got to figure something out. So I think adapting was a big one for me.
I love that, how you talked about, working for a common goal. When you look at, the things that happen in our world and all of those other things, I think that's the beauty of sports, is you come together, and regardless of your background or what you've done, none of that stuff. I mean, it matters because it gives you the value of who you are.
Yes.
But really, when you're focused on that common goal, really, I don't care who you are. You're my brother. You're my sister. We're in the fight together. Let's get it.
Exactly. So that was a big one.
Good.
Let's see. I think a lot of like what we talked about, overcoming challenges. I think, and when we talked about that topic, I think I learned a lot about that. Because one, not every day is going to be your day.
Yes.
And you learn and you figure it out. And not every season is going to be your season. There's going to be times where, you give everything that you have and it's just not enough.
Ooh, come on, you got to repeat that. You got to repeat that one again. Come on, give me that one again.
No, but it's true. Like, I mean, there's so many times, like, I think it was my sophomore year of high school. It was the first time we ever made playoffs. We had beaten the Woodlands, won a buzzer beater, and we went on to go play at Sam Houston in the first round of playoffs. And I had a terrible game. I did everything I could. I was doing my best, but I only scored like 6 points. And I remember I had a teammate even tell me that it was my fault we lost. Like, it was just one of those, like, I gave it everything I could, and it was just like nothing was working out. And whether it's just not your time, someone's better than you, like, it's just, again, not your day. It happens, and you sometimes don't reach those goals, or you don't find those successes in that moment. And again, what is your reaction? Are you going to let that just spiral you into a downfall of like depression, or you're not good enough, or, well, I gave everything I had, so maybe, it's not worth it to work that hard, and you don't work hard next time.
and that's unacceptable.
Clearly that's unacceptable.
Yeah.
Especially as a coach.
Right.
Definitely not acceptable.
As a competitor. No.
But again, that made me think about life too. Like, when someone breaks your heart, or when you don't get a job that you really wanted, or you're just, something extremely disappointing happens. It's one of those things where, how are you going to respond to it? Are you going to be resilient, get back up and fight harder, or you going to just, call it quits? Give it my best.
I love how you broke that down too, as far as overcoming the challenges, because we will have challenges in our life, and I love how you said that too. The harsh reality is sometimes your all ain't good enough.
It's not.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
And it's scary to think about sometimes. Like,
oh man, like it's tough. But I think when you look at it, if you know that you have given everything that you have to give, you know that you prepare yourself the best that you could prepare, you know that you gave maximum effort, but then, things are bad are going to happen. But like you said, it's all in the how you're going to respond to it. You're going to learn from it and bounce back, or you're going to continue to have a pity party. Okay, I'll give you about 15 seconds. Okay, now let's move on. Let's find what we can learn from it. Move on and let's get better. And definitely how it is in life. I mean, because things will never go, exactly according to plans. Ever. So we have to make sure that we are able to overcome those challenges. Any other points you wanted to hit on before I want to add a couple things?
I think one of my last big ones is enjoying the process of it and enjoying the journey.
Yeah.
I mean, just thinking back to all of the big moments, you don't remember the scores. You don't remember exactly how many points you had at this game or this and that and the other. I mean, you remember the relationships that you made, and you remember the feelings that you had after like a big win or something like that, but you don't remember what you think you're going to remember. So I would say enjoying the process. And I mean, I enjoy reading these days. In school, I hated it, but now I love it. And I mean, it's just any type of success you want to have, you have to, you can't focus on the goal. I mean, in my mindset, or in some of the books I've read recently too, for example, sports, if you're going into a game, both the team's goal is to win. I mean, I don't think a team's going in to lose by one. So if your goals are the same, what is going to make you different? What is going to set you apart? And it is going to be that process, that preparation, like you talked about. It's going to be everything that led up to that moment of success or not. That's really going to matter. So, I mean, there were even bad times. I remember struggling so hard and being angry with teammates and angry at coaches that I look back and just kind of laugh and think, man, that was a hilarious time. Like, it's crazy the things that you remember. And so enjoying the journey, because it doesn't last forever. But yeah, that'd be my other big one.
Okay. So adapting, overcoming challenges, and enjoying the process. When you were talking about enjoying the process and the things that you remember, I'm sure you saw me smiling or laughing, because when we did I interviewed you before, and there was something that we talked about that was funny to me about that pertains to this whole process deal. Funny on you. So you didn't even know I was gonna hit you with this. But it was funny. No. So we're talking, sports and life, and for me, I think it's really cool and really neat the things that you've been blessed to achieve in your life, but like your athletic career. And so I was asking you, so like, how many records you have at Sam? And like you were like I don't. You had to really just think about, like, actually think about it. And what that showed me was, on a serious side, it really showed me the fact that you were enjoying the process and in the moment. It's not about like me, personally selfish, I've done this, it's about, hey, our team, we won this, we conference, like those kind of things. And I think that it was funny. I'm like, man, you don't know that, but
you ask my dad. My dad knows.
Right.
My brother, all of them, they know it.
Yeah, you were like, I was like, yeah, you got some pictures. Yeah, let me call my mom and get some pictures. Let me call my dad. Let me ask my brother what my stats were.
I mean, there's a couple big ones that you're proud of and you remember, but I mean, there's the big ones. But like as far as like every single, I mean, no, I mean, and there's probably times where I guess my brothers brought up, oh, do you remember this game? And I'm just like, no, I remember the other game, but not this one. I mean, so you remember some big moments, but I mean, there's just so much that goes on, and at the time, you think some of that process is supposed to be quick, and it ends up being like a 5-year span of being process in the making. Yeah. So trying to remember this game versus that game, I mean, you know, where did we make that turning point and everything like that? Like that was, I don't know, the relationships that you make, even the ones with with your coaches and your teammates, and I mean, honestly, even opponents. I mean, so I have some of the utmost respect for some of the opponents that we played against. I remember my senior year, my individual goal was to be MVP of the conference, and gosh, I wanted it so bad, but my guard coach had told me that because I had written down that I wanted our team goal to be to win the conference, and she said if you focus on your team goal, your other goal will come. Now, granted, again, it was one of those like you gave everything you had, we won the conference, and still didn't get it. But honestly, I wasn't even really upset about it. Which was kind of shocking to me because I had the utmost respect for the people that I was playing against, that I knew like, darn well that I was not like I wanted it, yes, but I wasn't the best player in the conference. I was on the best team. We had the best group of girls that came together when the time was right. But by no means was I the absolute best player, you know, on any given day. So I think even the respect you feel and the relationships that you make, it's something that lasts a lot longer than a record.
For sure, without a doubt.
Records get broken.
Yeah, that's it. So I think for me, just some of the things that stick out for me, I think when you're going through that process or growing through that process, if you will, there's some disciplines that you learned, you know, that you learn and you don't realize that you're learning.
Yeah.
You know, I think, you know, you're just in the moment doing the best you can with what you have, doing what you're taught to do, you know, and taking care of business. But I think that there's some disciplines that I learned, and, you know, there's some things like time management, communication skills, relationships. You hit on that, you know, the hard work mentality, love, you know, love for yourself, love for others, love for the sport, you know, investment, perseverance. I mean, the list, you can go on, prioritize. I mean, you can go on and
literally
on.
Everything.
Yeah. I mean, you know, and so you learn those things in sport, but really you can take those disciplines that you learn and apply those disciplines to anything that you will ever face in your life. And it'll help you get through it, because there will be nothing tougher that you'll go through in your life that you haven't been through that's been tougher what you're going through in sport.
Oh, totally agree. I mean, discipline's one of, I guess, the biggest things that I've loved about sports and learning. Yeah. I mean, in learning in sports, because, I mean, just looking out in the world today, like, it's like we're afraid of discipline sometimes, and that we look at it as this negative thing that is going to hurt us or something. Mm-hmm. But I mean, ultimately, like, if you want to reach this point, but you're not willing to sacrifice or be disciplined or do this, like, you can't make those steps to get there. So you're really just hurting yourself and not staying disciplined. And I think it's like, I mean, all like those quotes you've got about, you know, sacrificing something now for something you want later, you know, something small versus something big. Yep. And it's just, I think that one's, I'm so glad you touched on that one, because that one's so important to me. Yeah. And I think that's discipline is needed in every aspect of our lives.
Well, let me hit you with this one. I think, you know, you talked about discipline. You know, I truly believe that discipline allows you to have freedom.
Oh, yeah.
And what I mean by that is just like you talked about the whole, being disciplined, being in the moment, taking care of your business. Like if you can be disciplined now and be structured and do what you're supposed to do and be on time and, work hard every day and be consistent, those are disciplines.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
those are like, that's discipline. It takes discipline to be able to do that on a day-to-day basis. But at the, down the road, you get that degree. Down the road, you get that degree that allows you to have that job that you want. You
Oh, yeah.
get that degree that allows you to have that job that you want so that you can impact others that are growing through the same things that you've gone through. So now I think that process allows you to really just be in your lane.
Yeah.
And then it allows you to be in alignment with your assignment because you've planned and prepared for this a long time ago. And now you're just doing what you've planned to do the whole time. Right.
And I think discipline holds you more accountable.
Yeah.
I mean, sports hold you. I think that was another thing we learned was just accountability.
Yeah.
And responsibility. Like, yes, you're as a team, you might have to run because your teammate did this, and it wasn't your fault necessarily. But again, like, you're a part of that team, and you are held just accountable as the person next to you.
Yeah.
So again, it's staying disciplined for yourself, staying disciplined for your team, staying disciplined for your family. I mean, whatever it may be, discipline, accountability. Gosh, sports teach you so much.
So much. Well, that's a good point. Stopping point for us. I think sports and life. Thank you so much for sharing, your experiences and your nuggets on sports and life, and wish you continued success on what you have going on.
Thank you, and thank you for having me. It was fun.
All right. Well, thank you guys for checking out this topic session, sports and life, and we'll see you next time. God bless.
Go get it.